You are lying face down on a dirt road. Your hands are zip-tied behind your back. There are 3 men standing over you, and you cannot see their faces because there is a hood over your head. You can smell gasoline and corn husks and something copper that you do not want to identify. One of them is speaking into a phone. He is calm. That is the worst part. You have been in this business for 6 years, and you made one mistake. One. The shipment was short by 40 kilos. You did not take the 40 kilos. You do not know where the 40 kilos went. It does not matter. In this business, not knowing is the same as taking. You were 19 years old when you thought this was a way out. You are 25 now, and you are running the math on whether you are going to see 26. This is what every level costs. This is where every level leads. Level 1, the Halcón. Age, 14, 17. You are not a soldier yet. You are eyes. Halcón means hawk. You watch. That is the entire job. You stand on a corner in your colonia with a cheap prepaid phone, and you watch which cars come through, which faces are unfamiliar, which municipal police cruiser is not the one you've seen before. You text a number. The number changes every week. You never meet the person on the other end. You are paid 500 pesos a week, roughly $25. You tell your mother it is from washing cars. She knows it is not. She does not ask. You have no rank, no protection, no name inside the organization. If the military rolls through and scoops you up, you are just a kid on a corner. That is the point. You are disposable by design. The boys who last are not the most fearless. They are the most patient. The ones who can stand in the sun for 9 hours and stay alert. The ones who notice when the same gray sedan drives through twice in 40 minutes. The ones who say nothing to nobody. You notice. You say nothing. Someone notices that you say nothing. Level 2, the Soldado. Age, 17, 21. Now you carry something heavier than a phone. A soldado is a foot soldier. You run packages. You stand armed outside stash houses. You collect small debts from small people. The work is not glamorous. Nobody films this part. You are security theater for a machine that runs entirely on perceived violence. Your weekly take is between 2,000 and 4,000 pesos. Call it $150 on a good week. You get a bonus if a collection goes smoothly. You get nothing if it doesn't, and you absorb the loss in ways that are not financial. You are given a radio name, never your real name. Not inside, not outside, not ever. You see your first body at 18. It is not dramatic, the way films make it dramatic. It is a man slumped against a cinder block wall behind a tienda, and someone tells you to help move him, and you do. You do not vomit, you do not freeze, you just do it. That surprises you. You think about that for a long time afterward, that it surprised you. Level 3, the Sicario. Age, 2026. They did not ask you, they told you. A Sicario is not a hitman in the Hollywood sense. You are a problem solver. Problems take many forms. Sometimes, a problem is a rival who is moving product through a corridor he does not have permission to use. Sometimes a problem is a local official who took the payment and then cooperated with the federal police anyway. Sometimes a problem is internal. You are paid per job now, between 5,000 and 20,000 pesos per assignment, depending on the complexity and the target's profile. For high-value targets, federal investigators, military officers, journalists, the number goes into the hundreds of thousands. You have not been asked to handle those yet. You are asked to handle one that goes wrong. Not catastrophically, but you are seen by one person, an old woman hanging laundry on a rooftop 2 blocks away. You sit with that for 4 days before someone above you tells you it was handled. You don't ask what handled means. You already know what handled means. You are learning that knowing and asking are completely different categories in this life. You stop sleeping through the night at 22. This is permanent. You will not know this for another decade. If you've made it this far, you're exactly who this channel is for. A subscribe helps me keep making these. No pressure, but I'd appreciate it. Back to it. Level 4. The Plaza Operator. Age 24-30. You run a plaza now, a defined geographic territory, yours. This means you are responsible for every gram of product that moves through a specific corridor, every toll collected from independent operators, every arrangement with local law enforcement, every problem that surfaces inside the boundary lines that were drawn for you by someone you have met exactly twice. Your monthly income is between 80,000 and 200,000 pesos. Call it $4,000 to $10,000. Cash, delivered in a bag, counted in your kitchen at night. The administrative work is real. Nobody tells you this going in. You manage logistics, personnel, collections, complaints, and enforcement simultaneously. You are a middle manager in a corporation that does not have HR and resolves disputes with extreme prejudice. You have 6 men under you directly. You know all of their problems. One has a drinking issue that affects his judgment. One is skimming from the weekly collections, not enough to act on yet, but enough to watch. One is genuinely excellent at this work and will either rise above you or become a threat to you. You have not yet determined which. Your relationship with your family hollows out during this period, not dramatically. Gradually, dinner conversations become shorter. Your girlfriend stops asking where you were. And your mother's eyes do something when she looks at you now that they did not do before. You cannot name what it is. You do not try. Level 5. The Contador. Age 28-35. The money has to go somewhere. A contador is not an accountant in any traditional sense. You manage the financial architecture of an operation. Shell companies registered in 3 states. Phantom payrolls for construction firms and agricultural cooperatives that exist on paper and nowhere else. Real estate purchased through layered intermediaries. Bulk cash transported across borders inside commercial shipments. You work with lawyers. Some of them know exactly what they are doing. Some of them have plausible deniability carefully constructed by the same people who constructed yours. Your take is now a percentage, between 1% and 3% of everything that clears through your network. In an active month, your network processes 30 to 80 million pesos. Do the math. You have done the math. The number is significant. You dress normally now, deliberately, carefully normal. No jewelry, no vehicles that attract attention. You live in a house in a middle-class neighborhood. Your neighbors believe you are in import logistics. They are not entirely wrong. The stress of this level is invisible and total. One wire transfer flagged by a compliance algorithm at a correspondent bank can unravel 18 months of construction. You think about this while you eat. You think about it while you sleep. You think about it in the car, at the pharmacy, at your son's school recital, sitting in a plastic chair while children sing songs you cannot hear because the inside of your head is too loud. Level 6. The Cartel Liaison. Age 32-40. You represent the organization to the outside world. Not the real outside world, the operational outside world. Corrupt officials, supply chain partners in South America, distributors in the United States. The occasional representative of a rival organization when the leadership decides that war is currently more expensive than negotiation. You travel under your real passport occasionally, under controlled documents when necessary. You sit in restaurants in Guadalajara, in hotel lobbies in Panama City, in private rooms in Dallas. You eat well, you speak carefully, you say almost nothing, and communicate everything. Your annual compensation across all structures and percentages is between 2 and 5 million pesos. You cannot deposit this anywhere that doesn't require documentation you cannot provide. You spend a portion of your life managing money you cannot officially possess. The people you meet at this level are sophisticated. government officials who give speeches about rule of law and shake your hand in private dining rooms, businessmen who sit on charity boards, prosecutors who know your name and your face and have made a calculation. You have made the same calculation about them. Level 7, the Operativo Regional. Age, 38-48. You oversee multiple plazas across a region. The day-to-day violence is no longer yours to execute. It is yours to authorize. That distinction sounds clean. It is not clean. You receive daily briefings, territorial incursions, product shortfalls, personnel issues, which is the organizational term for people who have become problems. You make decisions. The decisions travel down a chain and become physical events in the world, and you are never present for any of them. This distance does not protect you from what you are. It only changes the geometry. Your net worth, accumulated across a decade of percentages and bonuses and real estate you hold through 14 layers of corporate structure, is north of 30 million pesos. You have properties you have never visited, accounts serviced by people who do not know your name. You have survived 6 years at this level, in this position, in this organization, in this country. That is not a small thing. Level 8, the Shadow. Age, 45 and beyond. You no longer have a title. Titles are for people who can be named. You are infrastructure. You are the accumulated weight of 30 years of decisions and relationships and violence and money and silence. The organization does not run through you. In certain critical ways, it runs because of you. You are worth, in total, somewhere between $3 and $10 million. The number is approximate because even you do not have a precise accounting. It is distributed across too many structures in too many jurisdictions. You live quietly. This is not modesty. It is survival. The men who display this life are the men who eventually lose it spectacularly in a way that makes the international press. You have watched 9 men at your level die in the last 15 years. Rivals, government operations, internal purges. One from a completely ordinary cardiac event at 51, which struck you as almost funny. Almost. You do not think about getting out. You thought about getting out at 32, at 35, at 39, after something happened that you will not think about by name. The window for getting out closes so gradually that you don't notice until you are standing on the other side of it. You are on the other side of it. You think sometimes about the boy you were at 14 on that corner with the prepaid phone, the one watching cars and texting numbers to a stranger. That boy thought this was a door. He was right. He just couldn't see what was on the other side of it. Somewhere right now, on a corner in Culiacán, or Juárez, or Tepito, or a dozen colonias that look exactly the same, a 14-year-old is standing with a phone. He is watching a gray sedan slow down and then accelerate. He is typing. He is thinking about the 500 pesos. He is not thinking about the zip ties and the hood and the gasoline and the dirt. He doesn't know yet what patient and quiet and invisible costs you by the time you've spent 30 years perfecting it. They'll figure it out. They always do. The cycle continues.